If you're getting a hair transplant and your doctor's not doing this, run away. So what I'm doing over here is checking all the single hairs that we've already cut under the microscope to make sure that they're ready to go into the frontal hairline. Very, very important step to make the hair look as natural as possible. If you can come closer, you'll see that we've separated all these follicles into piles of 10. And what I do is I just roll them through just to make sure that there's only one hair in that follicular unit. So there's only one hair in each one of these. And very importantly, they have tissue around them. So they have a very well intact bulb. The entire hair follicle, this is the terminal hair. And at the end, as you can see over here, is the piece of skin. So this is all the important constituents of the follicular unit. The bulb, the gland itself, this is the sebaceous gland, the skin, and the hair follicle itself. So very important that we go through each and every one of these in order to make sure that the hairline looks as natural as possible. We have 200 here. Maybe we'll go for a little bit more depending on how it looks at the end. But what we have done here is actually separate double follicles into 2 single hairs. And we set them up into beautiful piles of 10, just like that. And then I go through each and every one of these piles to make sure that they're all looking really good and ready for the frontal hairline. If I see any cracks in any of these bulbs, I'll take them out and implant them somewhere else because they're not good for the frontal hairline. So this is exactly why it's important to have a high-powered microscope when looking at your follicles. As you can see, we're at 15x here. We can zoom in even a little bit more, and if you look very, very carefully, you can actually see that there's a telogen hair within that single hair. So what's going to happen is if we implant that, it's going to come out as a 2 hair, and the hairline is not going to look very good. Here's another telogen. As you can see, there's the bulb, and if you look at it under the naked eye or even at less of a zoom, you'll just see this single hair and you'd think that'd be fine. But if you zoom in to 18x, you might see the telogen hair lying right there. Another thing that we look at over here is the bulb itself. Now, under less microscopy, you might see that it looks whole, but as you can see, it's been slightly torn. Now, that follicle will most likely grow, but if it grows, it might give you a little bit of that curl in the frontal hairline that you don't want. So it's very important to have high-powered microscopy when looking at the follicles. I hope that helps.